Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday Talks with the Green Bay Doulas. I'm Emily Jacobson. If you haven't heard yet, we're back in hospitals. Woohoo! So, I want to talk about something that not many people know about, and it's called your Bishop score. What is a Bishop score? So, what happens is when you get a cervical check done, the doctor or midwife, medical provider is assessing criteria. Each one of the criteria makes up your Bishop score. So what they're looking for is, where is the placement of your cervix? Is it posterior, meaning facing back? Is it midline, or is it anterior, facing forward? That gives you criteria. So they want to talk about also how the consistency of the cervix. Is it thick? Is it long? Is it short? Is it shortening? Is it thick? Is it softening? Is it stretchy? How dilated are you? And then what's the position of the baby? Are they floating still pretty high, or are they engaged inside the pelvis? Based on that criteria, you'll get a score. And usually, the rule of thumb is if you score an 8 or higher, your chances of having a successful induction, meaning not ending in a cesarean, are pretty good. But if you have a score of less than 8, then that means that maybe it's not very favorable yet, and maybe they wouldn't want to do an induction. Now, my caveat to that is that there are some women who score like a 1 or a 2 for a Bishop score and are able to go on and have inductions that are completely vaginal. So it's something to definitely think about when you're looking at that. So we have our clients ask, like, what's my Bishop score? Or just, what's the position of the baby? Where's my cervix at? It's good to kind of gather that information, because then you know, if you were to go into labor and you show up at the hospital and they're like, oh, did you have a check at your last appointment? What was it? They can kind of gauge, have you made change since that last appointment? And that can kind of cue in the nursing staff, whether you're in labor or if it's not time yet. So just really knowing and being aware of what options are available to you can be really helpful. You can also Google Bishop score and it will come up with a little table, all this stuff. But the whole purpose of a cervical check is to see how favorable you would be for an induction and get a baseline, so that if you were to show up in labor, they can see if there's been any change. Some people like to know their score, some people do not. Some people like to be checked, some do not. Everyone is so different. It's totally up to you and what works best for you. But I wanted to let you know that that's what is happening. It's called a Bishop score. That's my Tuesday Talks. Have a good one. Bye, guys.